Woo! Hi, everyone.
Hello there.
This is Judy
And Iggy
with
with
Living
Living
at
at
Home, and
Home.
this is Cacao and Conscious Conversations. We got something to talk about today. Oh my gosh! First, we have our cacao. Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers,
Mama
cacao.
Cacao. Mm.
We hope you guys got your cacao or whatever you want to drink. But
Hopefully not
cacao,
alcohol.
cacao is awesome.
Hmm.
Cacao is so good. So, we have something that we want you guys to be aware of, especially right now, as the earth is going through a great transformation. We're hoping that some of you are totally recognizing some of the things that you hold inside that are keeping you in a low vibration. So today we wanted to make you aware of this victimizer programming.
Right. And so we are saying programming because this is not organic and natural to our human nature. It's not natural to this world. It is an infection. It is an artificial program that has been inserted here to humanity to play out certain drama. And this drama is really part of much larger, universal, higher dimensional drama that's been playing out for a very long time now.
If you know that, we are really living in a holographic universe. So everything that's playing out that we see is a hologram, like a video game. We are in the video game.
We used that term before,
Yeah,
right? So
we are in the video game, and so there are certain things, that have been like installed installed like software, right? Installed in us
by not so well-meaning beings.
yeah. So the dark ones, the dark
Team
ones,
Dark.
Team Dark. Team Dark, they have inserted some things into humanity to keep our vibration low, and this victimizer programming is one of them.
Yeah, so there were many different levels of manipulation, mind control. This is just one of them. So this is going to be the topic today. Let's focus on this victim-victimizer program and archetypes, and what does it really mean? What is that, right? So most of you are familiar with like the poor me syndrome, right? Hey, this is always bad stuff is always happening to me. I can't get anything right. I'm always victim of circumstances or people and what they're doing to me. This is a program. This is not our natural state of being and existence. And it's something that is very infectious. A lot of people identify themselves with that, and then their entire negative ego is built around this persona of either victim, or it could be the other side, the victimizer. So, you can play the role of victim for a period of time until you decide that you are tired of it, and you can flip the narrative, then you can then become the victimizer, right?
If you don't heal that victim mentality, that victim energy, say for instance that you were a child and you were sexually abused, and if that is not healed within you, then when you're an adult, then you start to sexually abuse children too. And so that really is a program. Okay, it's a program to really keep us in this lower state of energy, in the 2D, in the second dimension. That's what I'm talking about. And so we wanted to kind of share with you different types of victimizer, archetypes, and maybe you can recognize if this is happening in your life.
So the reason why we're talking about it is because the first step in being able to transmute and release anything from your energetic field or whatever you don't desire within yourself is the awareness of it, right? So we're talking about it to raise the awareness. And then once you are aware of it, you can identify aspects of that within yourself, and then you can choose to work on that and release it.
Right. And if you haven't done much like mental or like emotional clearing, it's a little bit harder, to recognize, what you have on the inside, or what you're actually holding. And so we just wanted to bring awareness to some of these lower energy aspects that you may feel that you have, because we feel like right now it's such a pivotal time in humanity for us to switch things around and work on releasing all of the darkness, and all of those lower vibrational energies from your fields. It's so super important to do healing work right now.
Absolutely.
Super important.
These negative programs no longer serve us. They basically keep us distracted from our true mission and purpose, and from our divine blueprint. So if you are stuck in these lower functioning kind of hijack programs, right, then you can't truly exist in your greatness.
Yes. And so we just want you to be aware of 5 different types of victim archetypes, victim-victimizer archetypes, and see if this is something within you that's happening.
Yeah,
that's
and
happening
you may actually recognize some or maybe all of them in different aspects of your life as your life has unfolded, through your childhood, adolescence into, adulthood, and different people, including yourself, also playing these different roles, right? So what are they? So the first one is false friend, right? False friend on the surface appears to be someone who is supporting you, right? You are so awesome. I want to be your friend, but I want to be your, I want to be your friend on my terms, right? And then the hidden agenda behind that is, I'm going to extract energy from you, because
I'm gonna take your
this is all about energy, right? We talked about in our other talks that we are energetic beings, and energy is true currency of this universe, and these other beings that implanted these programs in here, they're all about extracting energy from us, right? So those of us who are participating in this game are unknowingly playing into that, and then we're either having energy drawn away from us, or we are sucking energy from somebody else.
So this false friend, victim-victimizer, archetype is, you may have been, this in your life, or have somebody that is actually doing this, where they want to be your friend, or I want to be your friend, but you're actually wanting to be someone's friend, or they're wanting to be your friend because they're taking your energy. It's about self-entitlement. And so they really want to extract or get energy, from you. And so I don't know if you guys have had this in your life, because I definitely have had this happen to me, where people have wanted to be my friend to, because of, I feel like certain abilities, that I have, but they're actually sucking my energy.
Right. Or maybe we have played the role of victimizer, the person who was then vampiring energy off of a friend, and we were completely unconscious of that.
Yeah, have you guys had that?
No. So, do you recognize situations in your life where you might have been attracted to somebody because you felt like they have something you wanted? And you couldn't put your finger on it, and you didn't even verbalize it necessarily. This is, these are subconsciously installed programs that, you don't even consciously think of it, that this is what I'm doing to somebody else, And so we want to talk also about accountability and ownership of all of this, because that is the first step after recognition to actually choosing to transmute that and release that.
Yeah, so once you are aware that you have this victim-victimizer program, because we all freaking have it, everybody has this victim-victimizer programming. Hopefully those avatar babies who are incarnating on the planet won't be having this, but you know, everybody here has that and has experience. I know everybody has experienced, you know, this in some facet in their life. So this false friend, victim-victimizer archetype, I feel we've all, you know, experienced that. I've experienced this in work, you know, in my workplace where, you know, I had a coworker, you know, just like want to be my friend, be my friend, but really she just was all about sucking my energy.
Sometimes people want to be on your team,
Right?
right? That could be like a similar theme, right? I want to be on your team because, you know, I like you, you know, I like being around you, but there is that undercurrent, right? So
everybody has felt people when they've sucked their energy, like, you know,
and sometimes you don't even look recognize it consciously, but you get home and you feel like depleted. You feel like you are like spent and you just want to go to bed, or you just need to like lay down on a sofa and chill because you don't have energy to do anything else. Have you felt like that in your life?
We've all had those friends, right?
When you recognize that and recognize those moments, when you come home from work or event or hanging with friends and you feel depleted, that means your energy has been loosed. It's been sucked dry from you, right? So we are connected to the divine, to the infinite source of energy and power, right? But, you know, when we have these programs installed that suck big portion of our energy away, we can get to a point of depletion.
So the second victim-victimizer archetype is the false parent archetype. So this false parent, it could be, doesn't necessarily have to be your parent, but guardian, where I am your
fathers and mother.
Yeah, I'm your protector.
It could be your godparents.
I'm your nurturer, right? And that is like the surface level, you know, energy of projection that you feel like with this person. I'm your protector.
Right. And the undercurrent of that relationship is, let me play this role of your protector, of your guardian, so I can exhaust your energy supply and divert you from your path, right? From your true purpose and mission. Because, you know, we have all huge mission here that our soul chose before incarnation.
And, you know, and this like false parent could also be somebody that like you feel like a role model.
It could be a teacher.
It could be a teacher, you know, a role model or whatever. And
could be your hero that you look up to.
And you buy into, you know, they want you to come and listen to them, and they buy into you.
You got the wings. I still have the wings. There you
go. So this could happen, you know, to you where you start to realize that has happened to me, you know, recently, you know, with a so-called spiritual teacher, but she was a false, you know, spiritual teacher. But I was, you know, buying into that, you know, buying into what she was teaching, but it was totally not the 100% truth. But thank God my intuition set me so straight, and like I knew, like, no, she's dark. Anyways, so that could be you know, somebody in the spiritual community or whatever that you look up to, that they could be sucking your energy, sucking your money.
Yes, for sure. The next archetype of a victim-victimizer that we want to talk about is the seducer, right? So like all of us have gone through, you know, dating and relationships, romantic relationships, that is, you know, we've come across either being the seducer or trying to be seduced by somebody else. You know, if there is this undercurrent, right, of, you know, desire to victimize you, the seducer will try to
Flatter
flatter
you.
you, flatter you.
Right.
You're so beautiful. You're so awesome. You're so, amazing.
Mhm.
And they just want to be around you because there is this undercurrent of desire to plug into you
Mhm.
energetically. And we know that when you develop intimate relationship with somebody, the energetic connection through intercourse is the strongest one. You plug in directly to another person's energetic centers, and this is how you can siphon energy the most powerfully.
And this is an actual program, you guys. Sexual Misery is a program where it's hardcore all around the world. This sexual misery programming where um, it's no joke. It really is no joke because they're really siphoning our energy, our ability to create, from the sacral chakra. And with this kind of archetype, the seducer, archetype, this is somebody who really is, an energetic vampire.
And it's really insidious because people who are really effective seducers tend to have ton of charisma. They could be beautiful, physically looking people. You can have an amazing sex with them, yet you feel depleted afterwards, right? You feel like, you've been hit by frickin' freight train, right? After sexual intercourse, even though sex felt good, you feel depleted and you go like, why is it? Why am I feeling like this? And you may not even be consciously aware of it. You just need time to yourself. You need to recharge. You need to like the space of being alone, right?
Well, they could flatter you and say that you're completely incredible, you're amazing, and then lure you into being totally intimate, and then go into other aspects of your life and start to drain stuff like other aspects of your
and they
life.
can be draining your creative power. So like if you like, let's say have artistic outlets, like let's say you like to write or play music, create, right? You're gonna start feeling that you have no juice, right? You have the muse has left you because like this energy flow that is innate within you is being siphoned.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people who have been in a relationship where you have that, this false flattery, and then you're attracted to somebody, and then you get in this relationship, and then that person really delves into other aspects of your life, okay, and then you lose yourself, right? And they start to control you. They start to control you in so many different ways, and we're really shut down from really our power, then. And so this is a huge one, I feel.
For sure.
Seducer, victimizer,
and every single one of us has gone through this experience on one side or the other, and the important thing is not to be angry, right, when you recognize this, but like be in a recognition of it and choose what is it that you desire for yourself, and separate yourself from that, not to allow people who are coming from that perspective, including yourself, into those kinds of situations, right?
Yeah. Have you been the victimizer? Have you been the seducer in a relationship?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that you had an agenda, with somebody else? I mean, it could be you. It could be you too.
And I can honestly say that I've played both sides of that game in my life, certainly. And so I choose not to be part of that game anymore because I value my energy, right?
So when you see, I mean, we can go into a whole nother topic with sex, but like the thing about it is that that is it's so distorted how we think about that, because we don't see it as like a divine union. Okay, so
true creative power,
like sometimes our drive, that sexual drive, is so strong that all you want to do is
Get it on.
F somebody, right? Like I'm horny as F and I just want to like get it on with somebody, but where the frick did that come from? Like,
Yeah.
why? What is that all about?
Mm-hmm.
I know some of y'all had one night stands, you know, so I mean, I can like
Yep.
tell you that right now.
For sure.
And you know, it's just that you know, and so you become that seducer and you're just like, I just want to get it on, you know, with somebody, but what is that? It's because for your satisfaction.
Yeah,
right?
you're truly using the other person, right?
Yeah, so you're siphoning the other person's energy so you can like friggin' get off, right? So
and then you may not want to have anything to do with the person.
Exactly.
But the thing is that energetic bond, that connection is made already. You can't undo that easily.
So just to let you guys know, when you have that intimate connection with somebody, they're in your energy field for 7 years. 7.
Ouch.
So,
and the thing is, you connect not only to their crap that they're going through, but potentially also to the crap of all their partners. You know, so and those partners, you can just look. This is like a minefield, right? And so, yeah, like understand that, feel into that, see if that resonates with you, and having that knowledge. What do you choose? You can become so selective about who you choose to have intimate relationship with. Oh yeah, because your energy is the most precious currency there is. I don't know about you guys, but I really see myself as a holy temple. You know, I really see myself as a holy temple. And now, you know, that I understand these victimizer archetypes, like I'm very aware of like who's, you know, trying to attach their energy to me, who's trying to take, you know, energy away from me. Just I have super hyper, you know, awareness, and so this is exactly what we want you guys to have too, this awareness of these victimizer programmings, so you can do something about it. It's really about working on your discernment. It's about calibrating your discernment and honing it to the point where you can feel their intentions, right? And because, like, you know, Ashayana Dean talks about the fact that everything within this universe, right, that comes off the light, that comes from the Christ energy, there is certain encryption that is sacred, and we can recognize that. We can connect to that encryption that carries a signature of love and sacredness, connectedness, unity, and you can't bullshit that. You can't bullshit the universe. And so, like that, you know, the intentions that somebody has propagate like waves throughout the universe. And so, like, when somebody wants to victimize somebody else, that intention is behind their actions. Those actions will speak for themselves. Just tune in and feel where they're coming from. You will know. You will know. There is no way they can bullshit you once you choose not to be deceived by the flattery, by the admiration, and all the other stuff. They're trying to butter you up because there is this agenda behind that, right? So what is the underlying sponsoring thought, the intention behind it all? Is it for them? Sometimes you don't know. Yeah, sometimes you don't know. This is why, like right now, it's super like important to understand these victimizer archetypes, you know, within you, to feel if you have that, and then to heal, you know, to heal from that, and to develop spiritual awareness or higher sensory perceptions, you know, within you. So you're not gonna like buy into this bullshit anymore, right? So the next archetype, that victimizer archetype, is the hero savior archetype. Okay, I call this, you know, the princess template, because I feel like this exists worldwide in relationships. So I can talk about myself because I was in that, and I can say that, you know, for me, I wanted a knight in shining armor to come and, you know, save me, come and provide for me,
come and do everything for me, be my protector, be my hero. You know, in my 20s, I was like that. I bought into the freaking template.
And I bet there is like the vast
So
majority of
many
women
people
who buy into
Oh
that.
my God, so many people buy into this like hero, savior, you know, victim-victimizer archetype. And I was
So the
bought in.
savior,
I
the
was
savior
bought in.
could be somebody who is the provider,
Mhm.
the protector,
Mhm.
the rescuer from your situation. Oh, here is damsel in distress, right?
Mhm.
But there
Right.
is like sinister undercurrent behind
Mhm.
that, right? Because their desire, again, is to overpower you energetically, right? Like, well, ensnare you in a way, because they want to plug into your energetic field and deplete you. So that is behind that dynamic again. So again, it's about energetic power struggle, right?
Mhm.
And who has the control of the situation. This is not a balanced situation.
Mhm.
It's not equal game.
Yeah.
This is the entire victimizer archetype platform or program is built on inequality, off kilter, off balance, and somebody's always losing, right?
Yeah, and this like hero savior archetype, it's all about you're helpless, so I'm gonna save you.
Yeah, let me help you.
Okay, yeah, like yeah, let me help you. You know, you don't have to do any. I got this. I got this. But they're actually what they're doing is they're stealing your energy. They're
Right.
stealing your resources. They're how I see it too is that when somebody comes in your life who is trying to be that savior or trying to be that hero, you do not allow yourself to be the independent, powerful person that you are.
Because you otherwise you'll give up your power.
You do.
So this so-called savior will come to that relationship with this expectation: you owe me expectation, right? And so, you know, that is again not expressed out loud. You know, it may at some point come out if you start disconnecting from it, and they may lash out at you with, you know, with anger, saying you are so ungrateful. What does that really carry? That signature, you're so ungrateful. I saved you, I provided you, and you don't even have this, you know, gratitude for my help, because, you know, but that talks about that help was not coming from unconditional love. It was not coming from, you know, I desire to help you and I'm not asking you to repay me. It was a contract, right? It was like, I help you, but you owe me big and I'm gonna like take it, you know, whether you realize it or not. And so this is why these programs are sinister, because they play out in our subconscious mind, and we are not fully aware what's unfolding. And sometimes it takes us years to discover what has been unfolding, and you go like, holy shit, how is it possible that I was bamboozled this huge way, right?
And so it causes so much pain and so much trauma and so much wounding within. And the thing about it is like we do, because we don't have this higher sensory perception, then we don't know that like we're being the victim sometimes, right? And we like buy into everybody, let everybody suck our energy, and then we get wounded, we get traumatized from that, and we don't know how to heal from that, and then we perpetuate that victim mentality, you know, in different other situations, and then sometimes we become the victimizer, which sucks.
Right, exactly.
Sucks, right?
And then we're playing into the same game from the other side. So, but we can look at this position of victim from perspective of you know, another perspective. Why doesn't serve us any longer, right? Why it's best not to play this game. And you can look at it again from vibrational perspective. Like anything that lowers your vibration, right, puts you in a survival mode. You cannot thrive when you are when you're struggling. When you're playing a victim role, you are in a struggle. you are in a survival. You cannot thrive. You cannot be on your game 100% because, you know, you are not vibrating where you ought to. You know, as divine being, you know, the highest vibrations in the universe are love, gratitude, appreciation, bliss, right? Joy. And so that is, and you feel that, and you cannot simultaneously exist in those high vibrations and be in a victim mode. It's one or the other. And so when you're playing the victim, you are unable to be in joy, right? So what do you choose for yourself? Once you are able to recognize the vibration of the state you're in, and this is where our emotions come in again, because our emotions are indicators of where you're at, where you're vibrating. If you recognize that you are playing this role of the victim, right? And it could be also victimizer, you know, and you recognize that, oh, I am the victimizer, and I don't choose to do that because I'm causing trauma to somebody else. Therefore, there is something within me that is unhealed. Why do I need to do that, right? So it's the flip side, you know, flip side of the same coin, right? It's just the other side of certain unhealed thing, and the same program.
So the last victim-victimizer archetype we want to talk about is the silent enemy archetype.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because so this is about someone who has this, you know, energy that they don't have to really project. They don't have to project like outwardly to you, but they have an energy to be kind of like the silent enemy, you know, towards you.
Yeah, and you may not hear anything from this person, right? Because they're just lurking in the background, just observing, and they're looking for an opportunity
to create chaos in your life.
So they can torpedo you. It's like the submarine, with the periscope up, like watching you, you know, imagine your ship on the surface and this submarine are just like periscope, like, oh, they're in a vulnerable position, torpedo, right? Creating chaos, and then basically losing the energy out of your like a trauma or out of your reaction to that situation.
There's some people like this silent enemy thing, like, so I'm just gonna like use an example of a friend of mine who got divorced, and his ex-wife, you know, did everything in her power to make him miserable, like on the side, like, you know, like indirectly, like just
so
kind
control
of
the
like
people behind his back, right?
Like indirectly through their children, you know, and everything.
And that's so common.
Like, oh my God,
that's so common.
That is total, you know, silent enemy, victim-victimizer.
Well, it's not so silent sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not so silent, and it's not like direct in your face, but people could do that, like go around, sideswipe you in a different way, or they could wait for like an opportunity in your life where they're gonna swoop in and totally cause some kind of event. Like, to me, it's kind of like they want to, they don't want to see you thrive. They don't want to see you do good in your life. So then they're going to either do black magic on you or do other things so that you don't get ahead or that you're not happy. Okay, that happens so much when people get divorced. I feel that. That happens a lot.
So any like breakup of relationships, and it could be breakup of friendships, it could be partnership in a business breakups, you know, and people who choose to exist in that victim or victimizer mode, then start projecting all sorts of things on the other.
So here's, I want to talk about this like silent enemy thing, because I'm just going to talk about this because my daughter doesn't watch this channel, but something just happened this week in regards to this, you know, silent enemy. So my daughter, she's 17, okay, and then she just broke up with her boyfriend because she's like, you know, like, I'm going to be going to college, and, you know, I just want to be friends. I just want to focus on myself. She's very mature. I want to just focus on myself because I got a lot going on. I just got this job at Starbucks, and you know, she's just
which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, she's 17 and she just is like, I really want to work on myself. She just feels like the sense of maturity coming about in her, and she doesn't like want this attachment anymore. And I totally agree. Like, oh my God, you're so young. You like, okay, And so when she broke up with her boyfriend, and of course, you have in high school, it's like you have these friend groups all together.
Clicks.
Yeah. So her friend, her boyfriend, started putting out lies about her, saying like she cheated or whatever.
Ooh.
And then my daughter's best friend believed him, her best friend of 12 years. And it really made her so sad. Like, oh my God, my best friend is believing, her ex-boyfriend. And she was just really, really, really sad. So this is like the silent enemy. Somebody could come around and sideswipe you, which is what happened to my daughter. And, and she came to me this week and she's like, or send me a text message. She's like, Mom, can you clear my energy? So I saged her, I sprayed her, I did sound instruments and everything, taught her how to breathe and transmute. Anyways, but like this kind of thing can happen just like that. Like you are so unaware, and like in the background, somebody can like come in and do that. So it caused chaos in her life. It caused like really the dismantling of her best friend of 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I can't even be friends with her anymore because like I can't believe she's believing.
So be very mindful. We can't do anything about those who are our silent enemies. There is always going to be someone who is not going to like us for whatever reason, and has nothing to do with you. It's their own unhealed stuff. When somebody has beef with you, especially when you didn't do anything to them, there is something unhealed within them that something about you triggers them and causes this kind of behavior. So thank you for sharing that, Trudy, about being in that negativity when you were playing that victim archetype. And that's very true, because what happens when you're playing the victim, you're miserable, right? You are unhappy. You feel like the entire world is against you. Like, nothing comes right my way. I'm poor me, right? We all know about that. And I've played those roles as well in the past until I chose not to play that anymore. And so, the reason why, you continue to experience more misery in that situation is because of your vibration, right? So when you're vibrating in that victim role and you are creating negativity, guess what? The law of co-resonance is a law of the universe that you're going to attract the same vibration to your life and to your experiences. So the same level of negativity that you are projecting is coming back to you.
Yeah, and so and we don't really understand that this is actually a program that was like installed in humanity to divide us, to have just like divide and conquer separation consciousness, within us. So it really doesn't, when we participate or when this happens to us, we really don't know the divinity within. We feel so separated from source energy because we participate in this victim role, and so we actually give our power away, and these dark forces want us to do that.
Exactly.
They want us to do that.
So once you learn more about the history of humanity and the collective memory wipe on humanity, and then the fact that we come here through the veil, so we don't remember who we are, these programs are serving further forgetfulness of your true self, right? So we can think of it from that perspective. It's really inorganic, artificial program that is not serving us, because it is keeping us in this mentality and keeps us from our true identity.
And so this is really, because our ego really is not we're really not supposed to have that. It was an implant, too. And so we have to come to this process of dismantling our ego.
The negative ego in particular.
The negative ego. And when we start to go through this dismantling of our ego, then and sometimes we have to go super, dark, right? And sometimes we don't even recognize it, where we want to exit this planet, and we are going through this dark night of the soul, and it is just so painful to be here. And sometimes we do need to get to the lowest of low to really figure out, like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to finally do something about it. And this is what right now, what's happening on the planet is we're going through this ascension process where we're becoming aware of these victim-victimizer archetypes within us, and we're figuring out now, like, I don't want that in my life. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want the wounding. I don't want the trauma. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And people are recognizing that because we're going through this ascension process right now. We're developing more spiritual awareness right now. So people are wanting so much now to heal the wounding, heal the trauma, and all of that. And so when you first recognize these victim-victimizer archetypes within you, then you can take accountability. You can take accountability, for it.
Which is ownership, right? That's another word for ownership. Like, I recognize this is within me, that I have played both of these roles or some of these roles, and I choose not to do that anymore. I do that through recognizing that behavior, sitting with that, and starting to dismantle those aspects of myself that found aspects of that appealing, right? Like, what drew you to become a victim? Like, why did you choose to identify with that and then create a false sense of construct around that this is who I am, I am this poor me, or why am I feeling the need to always dominate people, dominate conversations, always win in every situation, that sort of thing. And so that domination, and this is very strong in men, and we have this out of that, this collective human victim-victimizer archetype is really reflected in the patriarchal domination of domination of men in our society, because we don't have equal representation of women in positions of leadership and power, right? And so, like, we are really society out of balance because of that. So men really need to do a lot of work in this area, and particularly with the role of oppressor and victimizer.
Yeah, and so this, the thing that we feel that we want to put out there, to everybody, is really practicing the law of one. That's another video, but but we will, talk about the law of one. So being really first, loving self first, because when you love yourself, okay, we've all had this stuff, so we're gonna have compassion, for all the bullshit that we went through, that we
forgive yourself.
Yeah, forgive yourself, all the unconscious choices you have made, and all of that, going down this dark path. We all have gone through something, some kind of wounding.
It was a lesson. It was a lesson for us.
Yeah, and then we can, love ourselves more for doing that, and we can start to heal all those things when we have the compassion for self. And when we heal that, then we can thrive, and knowing that we are a divine being of God, source energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it. This is the higher power that we hold inside. And then we can start to be of service to other people, of service to others, when we feel, whole, within ourselves. So right now, it's just, we just feel like we want to bring awareness to this. We want to bring awareness to all the hijacking that has happened to humanity, that, you know what, is not your fault.
Exactly.
It's not your fault. I want you guys to know that this
Mm.
is not, if you've been a victimizer, okay, recognize that, but you know, in ultimate reality, it's not your fault. It was totally implanted.
Right.
Right. It was
Right.
implanted
With definitely nefarious agenda.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for
So
sure.
this is not something organic to humanity and to the core of the beings of who we are. So again, compassion is a big one, right? Have compassion for yourself. Understand where it's coming from. Understand that we all were infected with that. Now, now that you have awareness of it, and, you know, and you start reflecting on different aspects of your life, where you played into those archetypes, where you play these roles, and what do you choose to do about it? Do you choose to forgive yourself? Do you choose to like learn the lessons? Like, what was the lesson in that for me, right? Because everything potentially carries a lesson, you know, and we always have a choice. Any given moment is a choice to start completely new life with new sets of values, new sets of beliefs. So, you know, you can use that information and experience to build something better and greater, new version of yourself.
And so when you understand that it's a distortion, this is a victimizer is a total distortion to your energy field, because that is not your natural state of being. You are friggin' love. That's what you are. You are love consciousness embodied in physical form here on the planet to totally thrive, to be abundant, to experience an immense amount of joy. This is why you're here. And so, and that is a true possibility for us, all of us on the planet. And so when we start to recognize all these victimizer archetypes as distortions, then we, moving forward, we're going to choose. We're going to know, because we have this higher sensory perception. We're like, nope, nope, I'm not going to go down that road. Like, nope, nobody's going to siphon my energy. Nope, you're going to really like stand in your power, knowing that you're a divine being of light.
Yeah,
right.
Recalibrate your bullshit detector.
Yeah,
you know, so you can recognize these archetypes before they even start talking to you. Oh my God. Can smell them from around the corner.
Yeah, so we hope that this was helpful for you guys to recognize in your life if you had any of these archetypes: false friend archetype, false parent archetype, seducer. We've all had that, right?
Savior.
Yeah, hero. Savior, or a silent enemy, you know, our archetype. And when you start recognizing it, you know, that you've been a victim
or a
perpetrator of it
victimizer.
All. Yeah, then you can understand that, like, this is not my organic state of being. So I'm not going to buy into that bullshit.
I was acting out of unconscious programming, and I choose better for myself.
So moving forward, you're going to be totally conscious about the relationships that you keep. You're going to be conscious about how you start to communicate with people. You're going to come more from here, love, from the essence of who you are, and really come from the space of your heart in relationships. And I think that's what everybody wants. I want that. So, you know, people who are starting to awaken, they want really deep connections with people. We don't want to be victims, you know, and victimizers in relationships.
Because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't produce emotions that are positive. And you know, I have compassion and honor all souls. And, you know, if they choose to stay in that vibration of victim or victimizer for longer, okay, serve yourself. You know, you're going to have to repeat these lessons over and over again until you learn the lesson, right? Until you actually learn from them. You know, and I know how it feels to be either the victimizer or the victim, and neither of them feels good. You know, I don't choose to play that role anymore. You know, I choose to clear that out of my field, out of my consciousness, I don't choose to play that role anymore.
Yeah, so you
Like,
can
I'm
really,
done with it.
you can really dismantle it and then just come from the space of like neutrality, saying like, okay, I recognize, okay, you know, all of this bullshit's happening in my life. It's happening if it's happening now,
Mhm.
or you know, and you can once you recognize it, then you can start to shift everything right from that moment of your awareness, and you can like be done, you know, be done with it all. So you're here and meant to live such a beautiful life. We are all creating new earth together right now. This is why the state of the planet is the way that it is, because we are in the dismantling of all of these
All these negative programs,
we're dismantling
manipulations,
yes
mind control.
yeah, we're
Right.
dismantling
So
all of this, and we kind of wanted to bring it down to where it's coming into your own personal life. I mean, we see the bigger picture happening, and the external is a reflection of the internal.
always.
And so we are doing that right now. We're dismantling the systems, all the programming, all the hijacking, the manipulation, you know, all of that. But it starts with you.
Yeah.
It starts with you.
So what do you
Some
choose
pieces.
for yourself?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's just be unicorns together, okay? Come join the unicorn squad and be super, super mystical and super magical, fart rainbows with us, and like
As
have
I like to say, resistance is futile.
and just have so much fun. You know, why can't we do everything with fun? Like, let's just have fun. Let's just have fun. I don't care what the state of the world is like let's just have fun. Let's just have fun together, and you know, create the life that we were meant to live here on the planet. We were meant to live so much joy and freedom, and freedom
Sovereignty.
and sovereign within our own being. We love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with us and listening. I hope this was helpful to help you recognize, you know, these types of victim archetypes in your life. And if you have any questions, we are here for you. You can
hit us up.
Yeah, message us, and you know, we're here to be of service to you and to all of humanity. All right, so this is it for Cacao Conscious Conversations. We hope you guys like really journey with Cacao, because it's a heart opener. It's going to help you so much. If you do want Cacao, we have this beautiful Guatemalan cacao. Message us, and also join our Living in Om community.com. Join us there. So we made a community called livinginomcommunity.com, where Iggy and I will dive deeper into some of the
hidden
knowledge,
teachings.
the knowledge that we know in the community, because we really can't fully express it on Facebook or on Instagram or anything
it's
like
free
that.
of censorship and ads.
Yeah, so you know, we are like sharing information on the livinginomcommunity.com, to where it will like awaken the codes within you, because you do know this information. Your higher self knows this information, and when you start to come into it, it can resonate. So please join us, livinginomcommunity.com, and hang out with us, have fun with us, and connect with other unicorns in there. We love you guys so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Namaste.
And we'll talk to you guys soon. Namaste.